They say the next war will be won before the enemy even knows it has begun. But what if I told you the United States is testing a fighter so advanced that even its own pilots aren't allowed to know everything about it? So here's the question. How do you build an aircraft that can see invisible targets fly beyond human limits and strike before it's detected this? Is a fighter jet so invisible to radar that it could fly straight over the White House, and you'd never hear a whisper? That's not sci-fi. It's the Boeing F-47 NGAD, the sixth-generation beast that's already in production, ready to make the F-22 look like yesterday's news. But here's the shocker. It's not just a plane. It's a flying AI overlord commanding drone armies that could wipe out entire squadrons without breaking a sweat. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the F-47 isn't just winning dogfights, it's rewriting the rules of global power. And if you're hooked on cutting-edge military tech that keeps America and our allies untouchable, smash that subscribe button now and hit the bell. Join 500,000 plus viewers uncovering the sky's deepest secrets. Let's dive in. All right, let's rewind the clock, because the F-47 story isn't some overnight miracle. It's a high-stakes chess game that's been playing out for over a decade, with the world hanging in the balance. Picture 2014, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, the mad scientist of the Pentagon, is huddled in classified bunkers, staring at maps of the vast Pacific. China's rising fast, J-20 stealth fighters prowling the skies, hypersonic missiles turning carriers into sitting ducks. Russia's not far behind with their Su-57 lurking in the shadows. America's F-22 Raptors? They're beasts, sure, but aging. Short-legged for the endless ocean stretches, and outnumbered in simulations where one wrong move means losing Taiwan or the South China Sea. The alarm bells blaring. Air Force brass run war games. Air Superiority 2030. The verdict: brutal. Fifth-gen jets like the F-35 are multi-role wonders, but they can't penetrate deep into enemy turf without getting shredded by integrated air defenses. Range is king in the Indo-Pacific, 1,000 miles from base to target and back, loaded for bear. That's the spark. NGAD, or Next Generation Air Dominance, launches as a family of systems to claw back the skies. Not just a lone wolf fighter, but a quarterback calling plays for drone wingmen, laser weapons, and networked sensors that see everything. By 2015, Frank Kendall, the acquisition czar, greenlights the Aerospace Innovation Initiative, pouring billions into X-planes, those experimental ghosts that test the impossible without tipping off Beijing. Fast forward to 2019, whispers leak. Boeing and Lockheed Martin's demonstrators take to the skies in utmost secrecy. Hundreds of hours logged, tweaking adaptive engines that sip fuel at subsonic cruise and roar supersonic without afterburners. These aren't prototypes. They're proof of concepts, proving stealth can be plus, so low observable, ground radars mistake it for a bird. Northrop Grumman bows out in 2023, leaving Boeing and Lockheed duking it out. Costs skyrocket, $300 million a pop, whispers the critics, pausing the program in May 2024 amid budget bloodbaths. But enter 2025. President Trump, back in the Oval, slams the table. On March 21st, boom, announcement of the century. Boeing wins the $20 billion engineering contract. Why the name F-47? A nod to the World War II Thunderbolt that owned European skies, the Air Force's 1947 birth, and, cheekily, the 47th president himself. First production jets rolling off the line in St. Louis by September. Timeline: first flight 2028, operational by 2029, faster than any sixth-gen rival. This is an evolution. It's a revolution forged in urgency, turning potential catastrophe into unbreakable edge. Now, let's crack open the hood. What makes the F-47 a design masterpiece that's equal parts ghost and god? Forget the angular F-22. This is a paradigm shift. Tailless blended wing body. Like a stealth bomber had a love child with a Falcon. No vertical stabilizers means radar waves bounce away like rain on a windshield, slashing its cross-section below the F-22's already tiny golf ball size. Infrared. Suppressed to a flicker, heat from those twin adaptive engines, GE EXA 102 or PWSA 103 winners, vents like a whisper, fooling missiles from miles out. Speed? Mach 2+, but smarter. Variable cycle tech shifts airflow for 30% better fuel burn, stretching combat radius to 1,000 plus nautical miles. No tanker roulette in contested zones. Cockpit, a pilot's dream or nightmare for foes. Augmented reality helmet overlays the world in 360 degrees. AI co-pilot crunching terabytes to predict threats before they blink. Weapons. Internal bays swallow next-gen air-to-air missiles with 200-mile reach, hypersonics for ground pounding, and directed energy lasers to zap drones mid-swarm. But the crown jewel, it's the Drone Whisperer. Up to 8 collaborative combat aircraft, loyal wingmen like the IFQ-42A, flank it, scouting, jamming, or kamikaze diving as missile trucks. Manned-unmanned teaming. The F-47 calls the shots via quantum-secure links, turning one jet into a lethal flock. Built for sustainability too, modular swaps mean upgrades in months, not years. Boeing sunk $2 billion into factories pre-win, betting the farm on digital engineering that shaved years off development. This isn't a plane, it's a neural network with wings, designed to see first, shoot first, kill first, inside the enemy's OODA loop before they even observe. Strengths? Where do we start? Air superiority on steroids. This bird owns the high ground. Stealth supremacy lets it ghost into denied airspace. Longer legs mean Pacific patrols without pit stops. And that AI drone symbiosis multiplies firepower tenfold. Simulations show it dismantling J-20 packs while sipping fuel, availability rates hitting 80% versus the F-22's finicky 50%. It's adaptable, software-defined, so counter new threats like drone hives or quantum jamming overnight. Compared to peers, China's J-36 Tri-J prototype's airborne already. Big, payload-heavy, but bulky stealth and shorter legs make it a bigger target. Europe's Tempest GSAP. Collaborative, tails-on for agility, but lacks the F-47's range and drone depth. More 5th Gen Plus than true 6th. Russia's Su-75. Paper tiger so far. No match for integrated NGAD ecosystem. The F-47's different because it's not solo. It's the conductor in a symphony of destruction, prioritizing brains over brawn. Why slug it out in dogfights when you can orchestrate checkmate from afar? But no jet's perfect. Weaknesses lurk. That $300 million sticker? Ouch! Only 185 planned, stretching budgets thin when CCAS cost peanuts. Complexity's a double-edged sword. Cyber vulnerabilities could hack the hive mind, and without massive numbers, one EMP burst cripples the swarm. Tailless design trades some raw maneuverability for stealth, up-close knife fights, risky against agile foes. Still, the Air Force bets the ecosystem offsets it. Drones as decoys, F-47 as the untouchable brain. As of late 2025, the F-47's in the forge. Prototypes humming in Missouri hangars. X-planes, data fueling tweaks. No combat yet. First flights are test bed runs, but war games pitted against real-world Reds, dominating Indo-Pacific scenarios. Future ops. Penetrating strikes in peer fights. Think Taiwan Strait, where it herds drones to blind SAMs, unleashes JSSM XR standoffs, and extracts without a scratch. Or Europe, quarterbacking NATO swarms against hypersonic barrages. By the 2030s, it'll phase out F-22s, fleet of 200 plus, ensuring skies stay blue. Today's use: training pipelines revving, CCAs sinking in desert trials. It's the deterrent, whispering to adversaries, try us. This is why the F-47 isn't just metal and code. It's America's ace, born from shadows to light the way. We've uncovered the secrets, the shocks, and the supremacy. What do you think? Game over for rivals or just round one? Drop your takes below, like if you're Team F-47, and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech-tipping global scales. Hit notifications. Thanks for riding the skies with me. Stay dominant out there.